Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's Ride Home Review. My name is Dan. Today we are going to be fitting this. We're going to try and get this on the street triple. I already have a quad lock, so I need to see how I can fit this. I know it needs to go in the back here in the USB port in the back of the street triple, so we'll have a look. Okay, taking the back seat off. As you can see, you don't really see it in there, but right there's a USB port, so we're going to connect it to this and then try and run it under here through to the top of the bike. Let's plug it in. Try and find some way to run this under the seat, and we'll do that. We need to take the seat out here, so we're going to need a bolt, hex bolt, to take the seat off. I think it's that size, is it? Oh, it's a hex. It's an Allen key. All right, bear with me. I need to go and get my Allen keys. These are hex, so that's no good. All right, got hex bolts now. That's somewhere safe. Got this crap off here. Should be it now. What else is holding that on? We do a bit of research, find out what's holding that on. Okay, so after doing some research on the old internet, you just literally slide it back. Well, I say slide it back. I think it's something to do with the key. So put the key in, and then I should just lift out. I just got this off a second ago. There you go. Right. Reveals the battery and all the other jazz. Okay, so we've got the seat off now. We also have the back pillion seat off, revealing the USB port here. One thing to note is that the lead provided by Quadlock, for some reason, is too short. So let me show you this. So if I was to plug this in here, just bang in that USB. This is the lead that came with the Quadlock, by the way. Like, even like running it through the seat and everything, it still only reaches to here. So I've had to buy an extension lead off Amazon of like 1 meter. So we're going to put the 1 meter extension in first. So take that out. Bang the extension in here. Now, the main thing is that underneath, I don't want to run it over here, over the pillion seat, but I'm going to run it under. So you should be a gap down here somewhere where you can run it through. Should be in the correct word. There you go. So that comes through. Run that in there. I want to keep a little bit of room. I'm going to hook that on there actually. It'll probably have something to do with the seat in a minute, but like that's hooked in there. Left space for, because I've got some gas canisters and stuff just in case of puncture. But I'll just move you over here a minute so you can see this a bit better. I'm going to run it down the side and underneath that follows the pipes there, so it keeps away from the battery, and under that one too, and under here So then that should sort of like sit in with that stuff. Run it straight across there, keeping it away from all the heat and stuff. I'm just going to leave that in or around there, like that somewhere. And then what I'll do is I'll run this extension from here. The main idea that I had for this was to use this kind of cable puller and go down and through and come out somewhere around there with the loom, so the wiring loom there, here, and then up and through. But I found a nice little thing actually. Let me show you this real quick. So on the street triple, there's like a channel that goes down here under the tank and up, and then I can go through there perfectly then and match it up. So that's the plan. So we'll try that. So I'm going to get the extension, run this through under the seat and out through there somehow. Keep that away from the battery, and then we'll run it through here. So this channel here, you'll see it just goes down and under, and it's like it's perfectly made for it. So hopefully with a bit of pushing and persuading, that should sit in there quite nicely. And this is just plastic, so it should keep it intact as we go round. I will push it in with some things though. Like if I can just, oh no, I forced it under. Might be too far, but it's there, it's out the way. Which is the main thing. So that's gone like all the way under, so it's pretty hidden. Once you like push it in and force it under, you can't really see the wire, which is great. Okay, so I've done that now. I'm gonna leave that just hanging there for a second, and then we'll fit the actual quad lock. So there's the old quad lock piece that was attached to that. I've removed this here. You see that was already screwed in there. And then we have a bigger unit, which is here and ready to go. So I need to find a good place to put this. I don't think it matters which way, but I want the wire to be under, so I want to try and get it so it's, I'm just going to finger tighten that in there and make sure that when I look at it, it's kind of straight, and I think that's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and screw that in. Got to get that pretty tight. I'm not talking about Newton tons here, but once it's tightened in, it shouldn't come off. And I've left the vibration dampener on there as well, because you know it's always going to have that little bit of extra protection from that. So that's on there, that's nice and straight. Pretty happy with the position. So there we go, that's that on. Nice and tidy. So next on the agenda is to get, so that wire is running up along the tank. I've threaded it through the forks. I'm going to bring it up over here and then into this here now. So bring it in closer so you can see it a bit better. So there's two arrows. You might be able to see the little arrow on there. They just have to be connected together on the two arrows. Easier said than done. Right, they're connected. So then what we need to do then is just tidy this up. So like this is obviously going to move a bit. So actually going to undo that and run it along this hose here, I think, because it'll be a bit neater. Back in a sec. Okay, so I've run it down and under. I'm not going to zip tie it just yet. I'm going to probably zip tie it to this here, this cable. What I want to make sure is that you have the clearance when turning the bike and stuff. But I think what we need to do is give it a turn on and test that it works first. So I've attached the quad lock to, attached the phone to the quad lock. This should now, when I power on the bike, that should come on. Oh, and it's charging. That's good news. So that's good. So hopefully now, sorry, I'll turn the engine off. That should not charge anymore now. That should go off. Yeah. There's no charging notification there. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. Do one more test. Turn the ignition on. Charging. That's great. Super happy with that. So I'll get these cables tidied up, all these other bits all sorted, and then we're good to go. Seats back on. Put the nut back, the thing back in there just to secure the seat. There we go, that's that in. And then, last but not least, put my, these are my emergency gas canisters and puncture repair kit for just in case. They're back in, and then finally, all going well, done and dusted. Can't see any cables, that's pretty good. That's not coming out of there any point soon. So the cable runs down the seat there. You can just see it here, down there, through that channel, there, along there, up and out there. So it's barely noticeable, which is really good. Might just see if we can put that away a little bit more. This isn't the best way of doing it, I don't think. Ah, look, that's not going anywhere at all. I don't think anyway. That's how I fitted the quad lock onto there. So don't forget, like and subscribe. It's Ride Roam Review. My name is Dan. Thank you very much for watching.